Hopefully we can get some better sound this time. I'll just see if I can join Adam. Just wait for Adam to come on and see if the sound's any better. Hi. I don't think he's on yet, Ian. Ah, he's here now.
How's that now?
Fingers crossed that works.
I hope so, yeah.
Yeah, you're fine.
Is it?
Yeah,
okay,
it's fine.
Cool. All right. What a palaver that was, eh?
Well, God knows. But at least we're off to a better start. Thank you, Molly. I assume you mean my lips, not Adam's.
A touch of the Gremlins, wasn't it? I think a ghost in the machine. Yeah.
I know, how weird though. At least we're sorted now.
Are we waiting?
I feel really zoomed in now as it's my call. I was further away before.
Try and I sort of connected to the phone battery at the same time. So, hi, Christella. Joining us from Swindon. Some of my local people. So, are we waiting for a few more people to join, or should we make a start?
It's up to you. We've got probably about the same amount that we're on last time. Cool. I suppose numbers will keep going up as we go. We can always recap anything.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
I'll let you start. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so thanks so much for joining, everyone. And hope everyone's surviving the current madness of the lockdown part 3 or 4, or however, I've lost count, I think. Just to shout out to anyone who's struggling a bit at the moment, if their business is closed down and they're kind of having the anxiety of things that are going on at the moment. It's very difficult times, and just sort of shout out to you because we're all in it together and we're all thinking about everyone, aren't we? So just trying to get through this together, and hopefully we'll be fine. So the reason we're on today is we're here to let you know about our new online learning platform for aesthetics, which is called the Professional Aesthetics Associates, or we've abbreviated it to the PAA. So what this is, it's the UK's first ever online aesthetics learning platform. So it's a website that you can subscribe to, and it's 12 modules over 12 months. So a new module is released every month, and the modules contain a vast amount of information on all aspects of aesthetics within that subject. So there are 12 modules, one per month. And then there are 12 subjects, of which myself, Ian and Victoria have designed various modules that we think would be helpful. And within those modules, we cover basic and advanced practical techniques, a bit of background theory, and we cover all the few tricks of the trade, but also all of the medical safety information, complications management, and anything to do with patient safety. So we've designed all 12 modules, but the first 6 modules, the first one, which is out now, is dermal filler and complications management, which includes the use of emergency hyaluronidase and focus on vascular occlusion. Then the next module is going to be PRP and PRF, or we're thinking about whether it be that one first or Botox. And with the Botox module, we're going to be having a mixture of basic and advanced Botox techniques. We're going to have a comparison of the 3 popular toxins out there, because that's often an area of confusion. How do I switch between the toxins? Which toxin is best for my patient? And then Victoria's put some really good videos of advanced techniques in there. And then we're going to have all the complication management as well. So you download a certificate, you unlock a certificate at the end of each module. We are in the process today of CPD accreditation, aren't we, Victoria? We've got that. Ian is sorting that as we speak. So this is a great way of keeping updated with your CPD hours. And the other thing is that once the first 6 modules are done, we've got another 6 modules to come out afterwards. So some sort of feeders about what they may be. We've got a module on plasma, one on hyaluronidase, one on all things to do with lidocaine, medical emergencies, advanced fillers, advanced Botox, and probably some medical legal information and insurance tips as well. So these are just some ideas of other modules that are going to come out. In terms of whether it leads to a qualification, if you complete the year, you become you get a badge to show that you've completed all 12 modules and an end of year certificate. And this, as I said, it will be CPD accredited. The courses, these are online modules, so they're for the main sort of reason for them is for refreshing knowledge, updating and learning new things on things you're already trained in, so updating knowledge. And then also it provides a gateway to new courses. So for example, Ian has put together a fantastic PRP and PRF module, which I'm not trained in, so I'm going to do that, and then that would lead perfectly to me then going and training in that subject. Victoria has done a fantastic module on male aesthetics, to do with male Botox, male dermal fillers, jawline, and again, most of my clients are female, so I'm really looking forward to that module in terms of starting my knowledge off on a new area of aesthetics. Victoria, what I'm going to do is probably hand over to you just to explain a little bit further about what we're offering. Also, in terms of we've got interviews coming up, haven't we, with some industry leading figures, and I'll just quickly hand over to you for a bit just to answer any things. Yeah.
So a couple of other topics that you didn't mention that we've got in the next 12 months are skin boosters, scars and stretch marks, and like you said at the end, male aesthetics. I think when we all come into aesthetics, we go on our foundation courses, we learn all about women and nobody even mentions men. The male anatomy, where the bone structure is so different to women, that I think it's very important that you train in how to treat a man rather than take the knowledge that you get on your basic training and try treat a man in the same way, because we're going to make him very feminine. So that's a really important course, and I love male aesthetics, so I'm hoping that everybody will enjoy learning about that as well. As some people have asked, you don't have to be qualified in all of the subjects that we're going to talk to you about. It's a perfect opportunity for you to decide if that subject's for you. You might have been thinking that you want to learn Botox, but you're only dermal filler trained at the minute. That's okay. We're not qualifying you in that subject. We're telling you all the things that your basic training doesn't tell you. We've all had different standards of basic training. Some have been absolutely fantastic, some not so good. But a lot of the things that are important in our education we learn as we progress. People's different ways of doing things, like you'll see some things, especially in the Botox, where you might think, well, I wouldn't do it like that. But these things we learn are successful as we go. So we've sort of made it our job to tell you what actually does work. It might not be textbook, but it does work. A lot of things that you might get taught to do things a certain way, but you don't understand why you're doing it that way. Again, that's quite relevant in Botox. You learn generally one pattern on your Botox course and you put it where you're told to put it, but you don't understand why you're putting it there. So we want to make sure that you've got such a vast amount of education and knowledge so you understand why you're doing what you're doing. If something goes wrong, you understand why it's gone wrong and how you can fix that. That's basically what this course is about. It's not just about reading a manual. We're not just giving you a manual to learn from. Me and Adam are going to talk to you. There'll be some modules that Ian talks to you as well. So you're hearing it in layman terms as well as reading medical textbooks. You'll see videos of us doing the treatments, other videos of us making things quite visual for you to understand. And then at the end of each module, you do get assessed on what you've absorbed. If you don't get it right, there's an 80% pass rate for us to say you've completed that module. If you don't get it right, it's fine. Just go back and try do it again. But those are there really to show you that you can all benefit from this. There's always going to be something in every module that's new to you or that you didn't know. A lot in some of the modules are things that you might not even be taught on basic or advanced training. They're just helpful tips that are going to make your delivery of treatments a lot more successful. And like Adam mentioned, things about client satisfaction, managing complaints, the legal side of things. We will go into quite a lot of depth with that. As well as the modules, we do have a student group, a membership group. Within that, we do keep adding additional content on top of the 12 modules that you're going to get. So we put things in there. We've done quite a bit this month in there about filler and about why it's important to aspirate, things that you might not understand why you're doing it. So just to give you a lot more clarity on things. So that's all given within the student group as well. So it's good to be a part of that if you have signed up to be a member. Cost-wise, there are 3 different options that you can do when it comes to the subscription. If you just want to see what 1 month's like, you don't want to be tied into anything, you can sign up for $39.99. If you are happy that you're going to stick with us for 12 months, then we reduce that monthly payment to $29.99. Or if you just want to jump in with both feet, fully commit, 12 months up front, then we reduce it again to just £300, which, as we know, everybody's financial situation is a bit different right now. Some of us are really struggling, especially in our industry. So there is the monthly option for those that the annual fee is not accessible for right now.
I'd agree with that.
You do get the CPD certificate at the end of each module. Again, it's not qualifying you in that subject, but if you are already qualified, you know, you can do the extra hints and tips that we've given you on your clients. If you're not qualified in it and you think, oh, I want to do that, there will be discounts on training available with both myself and Adam for those different topics. So it's a great opportunity to just give you an insight into what it's about, see videos of things being done so you can decide whether or not it is for you. What else have we not covered? I think we've covered everything.
Yeah.
Shall we have a look at some questions?
Yeah, we've got quite a few questions. Thanks, Victoria. That's a great explanation. We've got quite a few questions coming through now. I've been noting a few of those. Do you want me to kind of answer a couple?
Yeah, go for it.
So, as you said, the cheapest really is the $29.99, isn't it, per month? You're not, as Victoria said, you're not signed into a contract. So if you want to do it on a monthly rolling basis, then it's a $39.99, isn't it? So but then there's the option to bail out at any stage if you feel that you don't need it anymore. It's not right for you at the time. So there's no kind of contract that you get sort of fixed into. In terms of the Facebook group is really important, isn't it? Because anyone who's a member gets free access to that. And it's an area where you can share any concerns or problems with us, and you'll have either myself, Ian, or Victoria respond to you. We're going to be checking it regularly, aren't we? And the absolute thing that we're having in this for members is that it's a completely friendly environment, completely non-judgmental, and there's a zero tolerance policy on bullying or any condescending or patronising comments. So this forum that Charlie has very kindly let us go live on today is a fantastic forum. It helps so many people. I'm not mentioning about this forum at all, but generally we are all aware that bullying occurs on forums. I've seen posts where a poor girl has posted about a complication and has been ripped apart by people. So we're not going to have any of that at all, are we, on this? It's going to be completely friendly and supportive, which is part of being sort of a membership with us. So I think it's a great way to stay up to date, and it's a great way to also learn new things and go ahead and practice those if you're already, as Victoria said, if you're already trained in the subject. One other thing that's really important is that you can sign up at any time. So if you sign up, say, we've had a lot of questions like this so far. So we launch it now, but if somebody wanted to sign up in March or April, you might be 3 or 4 modules in, but it doesn't matter, because when you sign up, you'll be able to start from the beginning and go through the modules at your own pace until you catch up. So, I mean, somebody said, can I go through the modules at my own pace? Of course you can. We're all differently. We all learn differently. If anyone's like me, I read incredibly slowly, and I have to read every single word and then take time to digest it. So if you really wanted to blitz it, you could get through the modules fairly quickly. But remember, once you've completed them, you can go back and revisit them at any time. They'll be there for the whole year for you to go back to. And also, if you want to go through them at a slower pace, it's not a problem at all.
One thing that I did forget to mention, Adam, is the guest speakers. So that's a really huge thing. We have teamed up with a lot of literally industry leading professionals, the best of the best in the business, whether it's in the UK or abroad, to discuss the topic of the month with us each month, and any other things that we're going to bring into it. Like this month, we have got an interview with Laura Spence. You'll all know Laura, she's a nurse prescriber. She prescribes for lots of us. We've also got Lindsay Owens, who is absolutely phenomenal at lips. She's recently done some cleft lip correction to give a girl wonderful, nice, even lips again. And then, can't pronounce the last name, but Daria from Velvet Aesthetics, who is just absolutely unreal. They'll all be coming on board to have a chat with Ian, answer lots of questions, telling you their industry tips and secrets as well. That is, again, I think only accessible to members. Ian will be able to confirm that, but I think that will go within our membership kind of thing. But that's really, really exciting. We'll have new people involved in that every month.
Yeah, that's going to be fantastic, Victoria, because what they're going to do is they're going to be sort of giving us their knowledge and expertise, but they're also going to be sharing a few tricks of the trade with us, aren't they? And also kind of highlighting the specialist areas that they work in, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Just having a look through, see if there's any more questions. Go on, what are you going to say?
The other guest that we've probably got coming along is John Norman, isn't it, as well, who's the Managing Director of NSYNC Insurance. So we've been talking to him, I've been talking to him quite a lot recently, and we're hoping to get him on almost certainly to give us a Q&A session on all things insurance related, because I don't understand it all, and there are so many insurance and medical legal related questions that we're going to go on and do a session with him as well, which I think would be really helpful. I've just seen a question, forgive me, I couldn't remember who it was from, who has said, would this be suitable for beginners or an advanced practitioner? Well, the answer to that question is definitely both, because what we've done is we've catered it for people of all experience levels. So if you are new to aesthetics, you will certainly gain a lot from it, because say you've just recently done a Botox course or a dermal filler course, you'll be getting lots of tips on how to maybe improve techniques or develop techniques from what you've learned on your foundation training. Much more advanced complications, information, after support in the form of myself, Ian and Victoria on the Facebook group. And then it will lead you into, and hopefully excite you into, new aspects of aesthetics and things that you might want to train in. But of course, we know that most people on a lot of people on the forum are advanced practitioners, and we've been putting together in our modules, we're making sure that we cover for the advanced practitioners as well. So we've got the modules like the male aesthetics, the PRP, PRF. I'll be doing a session on advanced HIALAs, so elective dissolving and emergency dissolving. And then we've got all of the scar correction and reconstructive stuff that you're doing, Victoria, as well, haven't we? So the answer, don't be put off if you are advanced or you're a beginner. The plan is to try and cater for everyone really in this.
Yeah. We've had a question. How many hours roughly do you think each module takes? It just depends on your learning pace. It really, really does. It depends how much of it is brand new to you. I would say it depends how much you want to commit on a night. Maybe if you're doing an hour or so a night, you'll have a couple of days. It just depends how much you don't already know. Obviously, subjects that you're not too familiar with, you're just learning, are going to take you that bit longer. I think it'd be quite difficult to put an actual time. It may be 12 hours as a sort of ballpark. As a ballpark, some maybe a bit longer than others if there's more content. And then, can you leave the contract if you've signed up for 12 months at the £29.99 one? You can leave it after 12 months, but the £29.99 one is a 12-month contract. If you're just not sure if you want to do it or not yet, you can do the £39.99, and that's just month to month rolling. You can cancel whenever you want. What other questions have you seen?
We had a question on whether, I think you've covered that, whether you can bail out of the, yes.
Someone said, can we see what units are before we sign up? So, Melissa, we give you the next 6 months. So we give you 6 months in advance. So this month is your dermal filler foundation, so mainly your lips. We will go on to do a lot more in dermal filler over the next months, but this one's more focused around lips. We've got PRP and PRF for month 2. Botox for month 3, skin boosters for month 4, scars and stretch mark correction for month 5, male aesthetics for month 6. And then as each one knocks off, we'll announce the next one.
Perfect.
So, what other questions we've got? Will there be journals, etc.? Kate, at the minute, a journal's not something we've looked at because we are literally just scratching the surface of all the ideas that we've got. But at the minute, it is just the learning platform. But let's see how it takes off. Who knows? Who knows is the answer to that one.
So, question from Rachel: Is it only 12 months, or will it continue after that? We're certainly going to be continuing it, aren't we, after the 12 months? So, we'll hopefully be here in 2 years' time with 24 courses and 24 modules under our belt. So.
Yeah, we've got Irene has asked, is there an option to buy products reduced or guidance for the best places? Absolutely. We will give you all of the suppliers that we would recommend, that we know and trust, because we see so many people being conned by these Facebook, by these people that are coming into groups on Facebook. That's absolutely horrific. Also, we are speaking to a couple of suppliers to see if there's any way we can get our members even a little bit of discount off their products for suppliers that we recommend. So hopefully that is something that we'll be able to offer you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we've been asked, are you still doing face-to-face courses? So we will still do all the courses that we normally do. This, however, isn't a course as such. So none of this at the minute will be face-to-face. If you did then want to go on and learn a subject that you're not already trained in, yes, that would be face-to-face.
What this is like, Victoria, in terms of if we made this into a medical model, so in medicine or dentistry as such, what we will often do is sign up to journals. So, for example, if I work in A&E, I might sign up to the British Journal of Accident Emergency Medicine, and what they will do is they post you a shiny magazine every month that you read, and it's got all of the latest information on evidence-based guidelines, everything to do with what's actually the best way to manage that fracture now, or that diagnose that chest pain. But the difference between what we're doing in a journal, it's very similar in terms of updating knowledge and refreshing your knowledge, but it's interactive. So it's not like I can't stand sitting reading magazines or papers. I get bored. But what we've got is lots of pictures, we've got videos, we've got voiceovers, and then we've got the interviews as well from people, and then we've got written text as well. So what we've got is it's like an interactive online journal, effectively. That's what it kind of.
Yeah. Claudia has asked, will the question answers with our, I assume she means our guest speakers, be able to view at any point? Yes, they will be saved and you guys can view them as and when. They're not actually going to be live. They'll be done sort of behind the scenes, edited a little bit and put together as a nice video that you guys can view at any point, refresh on the little tips that they've given you and advice and things like that at any point, if you remember. Yeah.
Thank you. Message from Kaylee, who came and I remember did my course with Charlie in Walsall. The modules will always be available, won't they, once people have signed up and completed them. So if you've done a module 4 months ago or a year ago, it will be there for you and you won't lose that information. So that's always going to be there for you.
We've had Ellen has asked, can you see the modules in advance and pick and choose which you want to do? The only way to do that would be to do the singular month at $39.99 and then just sign up and de-sign up for the months that you want and sign off for the months that you don't want. However, for the difference, for the £10 additional each month that you're going to do that, it'll work out that you might as well set the full thing. So you can, there is ways and means around it. However, it might end up costing the same as you sit in the full thing. What else have we got? Kelly, Mary Jane, that sounds absolutely fantastic. I'll ask Ian to drop you a message. She's just saying, would we like her to discuss the differences between CPD courses and some of the off-call courses? I know James Meek had mentioned something in a group the other day, and there was so much confusion about what's a CPD course, what's VTCT, what is the difference between it all. So I'll ask Ian to drop you a message, because I think that'd be really good for people to actually understand what the difference between the courses are. If you pay up front, are you locked out after 12 months? No, you can just sign up for another 12 months if you want. You'll get the opportunity as your membership's coming to an end for those 12 months to re-sign up.
I had a question, Victoria, from Sharon, saying, do you think this will give non-medics more credibility? And I think that's a really good question. And you know, as a medic myself, I don't get involved in the medics non-medics debate, but I'm very supportive of non-medics, and simply from the fact that I've had the pleasure of working with them for the last 2 years or so, or probably less than that actually, 18 months. And I think that if some of the other medics in the industry actually could come and work with you too, and see the level of skill, the level of knowledge that's there, and the level of dedication and actual real drive to do things properly and do things safely and to continue learning, I think that some of their prejudices would be broken down, and I think people would be more fair and more reasonable. I think if you stay with us and complete the whole 12 modules, the idea is that you get an end of year certificate and a badge of complete membership. And this is a sign to say really that you are a more knowledgeable and safer practitioner. And I think the aim is to certainly give non-medics more credibility. But I think the other way that we can do that is just to continue to support each other, and also to try and continue to break down that medic non-medic barrier, really.
Yeah, I think the fact that a lot of this is written by a doctor, I know for certain I spoke to quite a few nurses who are already members, I think speaks volumes. It's not just a non-medic platform by any stretch. We all start our aesthetics journey at the same point. And I think no matter what background you've come from, we have all got so much to learn. So I absolutely think it's going to be fantastic for closing the divide and proving that we all have got progression that we can do, and we can all do more in terms of our education. But somebody asked, how are the assessments done? So it's all question and answers. As soon as you've got through all the topics in the module, the last one is an assessment. You go through all the questions and select the answers that you think are correct. Obviously, you can keep going back if you've not hit the relevant score. When we join the courses, when we join the course, will we be entitled to discounts with your face-to-face courses? Yes, Susan, you will. Will we have all? We've read that one. Layla Barnes, just an industry certificate to say that you're an aesthetic practitioner. You don't need to upload them all. You can just put your dermal filler one on, your Botox one on, whatever you want. As well, with the credibility, not that we can say too much right now, but we have been talking to some pretty big people that are absolutely 100% on board and backing us completely with the progressional, the continued learning that we're doing. That we'll hopefully be able to announce soon, but I think that will then set in stone just how credible what we're doing actually will be for everybody and how beneficial it will be moving forward in your careers.
Yeah, absolutely agree with that. And what we're trying to do with this online learning platform is to try and promote it to some of the sort of key players in the industry, really, isn't it? And to try and make improvements for all of us, aren't we? In terms of trying to, again, make people safer, make people more knowledgeable, and break down those old sort of medic, non-medic barriers. That's what we're trying to achieve.
Yeah. Heba has asked about the Facebook group, and is there somewhere for her to contact or for anybody to contact in the event of an emergency? Regardless of the PAA, I know myself and Adam, Laura Spence, Lindsay Owens, we're all available when there's an emergency, regardless of what we're doing right now. However, moving forward, we are throwing about a few ideas of something that we've got that will hopefully lead to more help with that. But I can't say too much right now. But yes, absolutely. Regardless of the PAA, we're always here to help you with emergencies.
Just a note to everyone out there. People are welcome to send me personal messages for advice with emergencies. That's absolutely fine. And I've helped a lot of people over the last year or so with same as Laura Spence, Victoria, Lindsay, lots of other people in terms of vascular occlusion or emergencies that people are worried about. Obviously, if they're routine medical queries, we get literally bombarded. Well, I think I get bombarded with messages, which is fine. I hope I always try to be helpful and polite. But obviously, if they're routine queries, it's always best to go firstly to your trainer or your prescriber. They're the first port of call. If they're not helpful, which sometimes they're not, then and you really think it's an emergency, then you can always send me a message, and I'll always do my best to be polite. Of course, anyone who's trained with me and done my complications course, they get ongoing after support anyway. But you don't have to have just done my course or be a member of PAA to send me a message. If you're really panicking with something, I'll always be there to try and help. It's just what we try and do is avoid the messages about your sort of somebody's mother's migraine or something, So these are better placed for your GP or for your trainer or prescriber if it's just a routine issue, say about needle sizes or something like that. But always happy to help with real emergencies, is not a problem.
Jennifer Lowry's asked, so if you join in March, do you start from module 1? Yes. Just because you join later down the line doesn't mean you're going to miss the content of what we've written previously. So you can start from module 1 and then work your way up from there. What else have we got? There's not a limited time for each module. Even when we pass on into module 2, you will still be able to see and access module 1. There's no time limit that you have to do this in. This is all at your own pace, in your own time.
Yeah, and that's important because we all learn at different speeds, don't we? I'm very, very slow, so I sympathise with anyone that takes a long time to work through things.
Rich, go on, sorry.
Carry on.
I was just going to say, Rachel has asked, in time, do you think insurers will recognise members as safer practitioners and possibly take this into account with insurance? Absolutely, 100%, without a doubt, very soon.
Yeah, we're not giving too much away, but we're having talks about how shall I phrase it, to try and
benefit the members.
In terms of proving to insurance companies that they're safer and hopefully leading to some insurance-related benefits for people.
Yeah. I think I keep scrolling down. Ian's answering all the questions before we get to him.
There was one I had a minute ago and it's come out of my mind.
So Deborah Maiden's put that she'll be on it soon. She can get hold of her certificates. So you guys can sign up initially without giving you certificates. We understand that we're all in lockdown right now. Some of us might not be able to get to our clinics where our certificates are. We get that, and we will give you time to then send your certificates in. If you forgot, you might get a phone call from Ian just saying, oh, just checking, have you got your certificate yet? A lot of names we know, we recognise your names from the groups, we know that you're practicing, things like that. Don't let not having your certificate at home right now put you off joining. We will give you 28 days to be able to get your certificate and leeway with that kind of thing. We get it's a difficult situation right now being in lockdown.
Yeah, it's a good point. Is it 14 days we're giving, isn't it, Victoria?
Well, yeah, I said that, and then Ian said just before we came on that because of lockdown, he would give 28 days.
Okay. The reason we ask certificates is just to stop sort of Joe Blogs from doing a module and then starting popping out a bit of Botox from the kind of garage or whatever. So, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just basically to protect the industry for you guys, because the last thing you want is your next door neighbour signing up because they've seen you share a post. That'd just devalue everything that we're doing. That's the only reason that we ask. It's not that we don't believe you, it's just to keep the value and credibility of what we're doing.
Yeah, and it's to protect everyone. So you've got plenty of time to get your certificates in, and we would just need your foundation certificate, wouldn't we, of Botox, dermal filler? That would be it. Yeah. Even one of those is fine.
Yeah. Carol has said, I'm not qualified in fillers yet. Can I still do the modules? Yes, providing you are in the aesthetics industry and you are qualified in something to do with aesthetics. Yes, you can still sign up.
Katie said, what do I need to sign up? You don't need anything, do you? You just need to be practicing some sort of aesthetics, be in the industry, be insured, and then you can sign up. There's no specific things you need. There's no pre-reading. Everything is covered in the modules. And really it's a case of just getting signed up and start refreshing and updating your knowledge.
Yeah. Ellen has just said maybe the reduction in insurance will compensate for the monthly payments for the training platform that we've got. Absolutely. That is hopefully the way that we're headed with it, and the difference that things might make when we are recognised by insurance companies will mean that it's absolutely worthwhile you doing.
That's what we're trying to aim for, isn't it, Victoria?
Yeah, exactly. And we're trying to make it at a cost that's affordable to everybody. We get your progressional learning, continued learning is expensive. I mean, you're lucky if you find a course for under £500 for the next thing that you want to do. It's really, really expensive to continue your learning, and we're all skint right now. Everybody's in lockdown. Nobody's earning as they should be. So we're trying to make a way that no matter what financial situation you're in, no matter where your business is at right now, there's nothing other than £29.99 that should be able to hold you back from making yourself a better practitioner, more knowledgeable, a safer practitioner, and be able to deliver the best possible treatments to your clients. Heba said she's just started today and it's amazing. So much information, very helpful. I mostly love the videos. I find watching and listening easier than reading. Yeah, completely agree. I think so many people will be like that. So we've tried to adapt what we do to suit every learning type, whether it's reading, whether it's visual, whether it's listening. We've tried to include all three learning types in there to make it nice and digestible for you guys.
Absolutely. And we've got some videos on you performing some fillers, haven't we, Victoria, and some advanced lip technique, which are the bonus material, isn't it? When you've completed the first module, there are bonus bonus information that you can unlock and go to. In terms of complications, being visual is essential. We've got some good pictures, but also we've got some videos of complications as well. and Hyalase reconstitution, which is always a question. So we've got me doing some voiceovers of videos of real vascular occlusions that I've been sent and help the practitioners deal with. We've got full consent from all of the patients and practitioners for their videos to be featured in the learning platform, and it's really helpful because you can read the theory and then watch the video, and you can listen to me explain about why that's a vascular occlusion, why it's not bruising, what are the worrying signs and symptoms. So yeah.
We've been asked, will we have a prescribers list? We have spoke about this, and we are hoping that we can develop and build that list for you all to access through people that we know, people that we work with. Obviously, Adam will work with a lot of prescribers. There's ones that we use on a regular basis as well. So we're hoping to build up a nice trusted network of suppliers, prescribers, and other companies that you may need, such as insurance, things like that. So you know that everybody that you're going to buy your stock from, signing up with, that they're all trusted, and you know that they're approved by us. So yeah, we're hoping that we can, over the next couple of weeks, build all that to incorporate that within your membership as well.
Yeah, somebody said, how long do you get the videos for? All the information is there continually. Once you sign up and you complete a module, it's there for forever for your reference and learning. So all the videos, all the information won't be lost, you know, within a few months.
We've been asked, is it modules or assignments that you complete, i.e. on a Word document, or do you just fill e-forms to complete the modules? So it's all on the website. You can just click through your answers when you get to the end of your module. So it's nice and simple. We're not going to ask you to write 500 word essays and upload those. It's nice and simple, just question and answers at the end of your modules.
Yeah, simple. And I think there's an 80% pass rate, isn't there, to get through each module, but it's a case of just all of the information is available in order to answer the questions. I remember at medical school when we used to have multiple choice, and they used to say, "Oh, don't worry, all of the answers are in the stuff that you read." And so you'd read it, and there'd be a completely random question. None of the answer was not in what you've just been taught.
Just to trick you.
Yeah, God knows. Yeah, but yeah, everything. There are no trick questions.
Yeah, we're not looking to trip anybody up.
You'll get through the questions easy enough. Yeah.
If there is anything that you think, I really can't find the answer to that, that's what our membership Facebook group is for. You can ask any questions in there, and it's not necessarily just going to be me, Adam and Ian responding to you. We want to be a network where we all help each other. The point of this, yes, we've started it, but the point is that we all help each other, and we've become a support network for each other. Because there will be things like that other people can answer. Like if you look at Lindsay and Daria's lips, they are absolutely far better than me. So they'll be better to answer questions about that. And that's the idea, that we want to become a support network for each other. Somebody's asked, do we cover semi-permanent makeup? No, we don't, but we would recommend the PMU circle for that, which is a similar kind of thing, but for semi-permanent makeup. And that's by Layla Hinchin.
Thanks, Victoria. Yeah, I would vouch for Layla Hitchin as well, as she has a brilliant online learning platform as well, doesn't she?
Yeah.
For PMU. Had a question about first aid and risk assessment. So I will be doing a whole module we've got our first 6 set, but in the second 6 months, I'll be doing a whole module on how to manage people with medical problems that can affect aesthetics. I'll be covering first aid and CPR and medical emergencies like anaphylaxis, adrenaline, fainting, anything and everything that's medical to do with aesthetics. That's going to be one of our modules. So yeah, we will be covering that.
We've been asked, will the modules be iPad friendly? Yes, you can view them on your iPad, you can view them on your phone. It doesn't necessarily require a laptop. You should be able to access it from any internet source. So how much is it? So you've got 3 options. You can do a month-to-month rolling where you're not tied into anything. That's $39.99 a month. If you want to sign up for 12 months and pay monthly, it's $29.99. Or if you want to jump in with both feet and sign up and pay in advance for the year, then it's £300. It sounds like it's going to be amazing. It is amazing. You can trust us on that one. I'm signing up in the morning.
We've had Layla just sign in.
Oh,
Hi,
hi,
Layla.
Layla. So yeah, I think has anybody else got any more questions? I think we've pretty much covered everything we possibly could there. On each module, it will include content, video content of you seeing us carry out these treatments. In addition to that, there will be photos, so you can make sure, especially with Botox, that your placement is 100%, that we're leaving no margin for error. But as well, if you're going through this and think, oh, I wish there was that, we're always open to feedback. We can always add things in. We're always looking to continually improve what we're doing. So we had somebody make a suggestion about Botox and understanding how the muscles work the other day. So we're adapting what we're giving you guys to make sure that we've included that. It's important for us to know what you want to see as well and what would help you learn. So don't feel like you ever can't say that, because we value your feedback on everything.
Victoria, is Ian still answering questions?
I think so, yeah.
A quick thing, Ian, if you're there, lots of people are asking how they sign up. So you go to the website and then there's a subscription section. Ian, are you able just to post the website link one more time, so people
I
click
think,
on the web? He has posted it.
I think if you post it, Ian, I can pin it to the top of this, I think. Yeah. And then what we'll do, somebody said that they've just joined now. As we come off, we'll click to post this video so you can watch back and find out exactly what it's about, answers to everybody's questions that they've asked. So, Danny, the website is www.paa.online. Ian's going to post it now, hopefully, if he's still watching, and I will pin it to the top of this live so it's easily accessible.
So we've got the website link has just been posted by myself and Ian there.
Right, it is pinned to the top. Adam, I've just pinned your comment to the top. So everybody should be able to see that, even though the comments are still scrolling.
So you just go to the website and click on the subscription area, the subscription part, and you fill out an online form and it will take you through the process. It's a very user-friendly site, isn't it, Victoria? Yeah. If anyone's like, I'm still a dinosaur living in the 1990s, and start panicking if anything technology-wise comes along, but it's very user-friendly, and we've tried.
If Adam can work it, anybody can.
Yeah, exactly. If I can, everyone can. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, you're the biggest technology dinosaur I think there are. We've had quite a few laughs, haven't we?
Well, I still use a paper map in the car. You know those old
paper maps, the
ones that your dad used to have. You know, yeah.
That when the roads have changed, you just end up in a field somewhere.
Pretty much, yeah.
So yeah, facial anatomy in depth, absolutely. That is literally, when it comes to facial anatomy, I'm the biggest geek you will find. Honestly, I love it. I love facial anatomy, I think, more than I do love delivering the treatments. So you can rest assured the anatomy is huge in every single module. Yeah, and it's just everybody else saying how excited they are. We're excited to have you all in. Yeah. What we will do as well, if we can put a link to our members group in here for all of you that sign up tonight, if you just come across to our members group, I'll be keeping an eye on it to accept you all in. You can see the content that we've put in there already. Every couple of days we add some more content in that's additional to all the modules you're doing online.
And you said this already, Victoria, didn't you? But you're going to keep this video in the group so people can watch it again if they've joined halfway through, or they want to rewatch it for their own sort of benefit, or if they're having trouble sleeping You know, they could put it on as a little bedtime story or something.
Yeah, I think Ian said there was a way that he could record this, what we've done, and put it onto our YouTube channel as well. So it'll be nice and easy for everybody to access. Somebody else has just said they've just signed up. Claudia, thank you. I hope you enjoy it. I have no doubt that you will. Ian's just posted the link to the Facebook group. I can't pin that as well because the website's on. But if anybody signs up and can't find the group, just drop me a message and I can send you a link.
Oh, one other thing, guys. If anyone gets, if anyone's at all confused or got any questions and kind of is really unsure, then just send me a personal message on my Facebook profile. Send the messages over, and I'll get back to them either this evening, more likely tomorrow morning. I'll reply to everything tomorrow morning, and but don't hesitate. Don't worry about messaging me. Don't if you want more information about what we're offering, then you can always send me a personal message, and I'll help you.
Yeah, me and Ian tend to be the night owls. So if it gets past 10 o'clock, send it our way. We'll still be up and we'll be in bed. I just want to say as well a huge thank you to Charlie for all the support, for letting us go live on here and pushing everything that we're doing in her group, because it does mean a lot. There's no reason for her to do it other than supporting us, and it really does mean a lot that you're supporting what we're doing, Charlie, so thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Victoria. I'll second that. Massive thanks to Charlie for supporting us and letting us go live. It's a real privilege to be able to do that on the group, and we know how time consuming the group is for Charlie, and it's not always easy, is it? So yeah, big thanks for that.
Yeah, fab. I think that we have answered everything.
Cool. Are there any more questions at all to come through? I think that we've got most of them there, haven't we?
Yeah, but like Adam says, if there is anything else, just drop us a message. We've got a Facebook page as well that you can also contact us on, or I'm more than happy, and these guys are, for you to contact us on our personal Facebooks as well.
I had, Victoria, a little bit of PAA trivia just to finish off with. So when we came up with the name, the Professional Aesthetics Associates, the abbreviation is therefore PAA. So I've Googled PAA, and we've got a few competitors out there actually that need to be potentially a bit worried about. So we've got the Population Association of America. We're also competing with the Pan American Airlines, and also the more interestingly, the Pennsylvania Automobile Association. And there's another one, which is there is a film called PAA, or PA, which is, Wikipedia says, is a 2009 Indian Bollywood film, which is also of interest as well. So we have to make sure that we don't sort of step on anyone's toes, I think.
We might have to send that Bollywood film out to all our members.
Well, we'll save that for the Christmas party.
Yeah. Yeah, and hopefully, we've said on the website as well, obviously with COVID right now we can't, but we are hoping that this is going to expand and we can do things like seminars and get where everybody gets together, hopefully when we're not scared of everybody breathing on each other. But when this is all passed, we are hoping to move on into things like that for all our members and have education a lot more accessible for you all. So yeah, I think that's it. Perfect. Oh, Hannah's just said she's signing up now. Fantastic. Thank you. And thank you all for listening to us on your Wednesday night.
Big thanks to everyone, and let's all try and support each other over the next few months to get through this lockdown, and
make it a lot easier for everyone.
We know that we'll be able to smash it again once we're ready to reopen and get started again. So
yeah.
Anyone who's a bit anxious,
so we'll put a replay. So anybody that's missed anything, just catch us again on replay.
Great.
Okay.
Bye then.
See you later.
Bye. Bye.